Hello, beautiful souls. I'm your girl, Princess Leah 888, and welcome back to our 7 days of chakra balancing. We are on day 4 of our solar plexus. This healing today is about our self-will, our self-belief, our self-esteem, all of the self. This is where what Izzy Ivy calls it, your radiant illumination stems from. This is where your core intuition, your gut feelings are being activated, healed, and balanced with healthy, maturing, and harmonious self-determination, self-willpower, self-discipline, self-control, self-esteem, and this is even what I'm hearing is security within yourself, okay? Your confidence, right? And I'm hearing the quote that Spirit has famously shared with me over and over these last few I would say that this really came online about last year, saying that we don't have to master our craft, we need to master our confidence. And so this solar plexus here, Izzy Ivy calls it your personal power, independence, self-discipline, confidence, assertiveness, decision-making, belief, intellectual abilities, expression of will, and bringing ideas into reality. So this is where the feminine meets the masculine. As yesterday we spoke with the sacral, which we have up here, as we have completed our, so far, Earth Star, root chakra, and sacral. As yesterday we talked about our sacral chakra being that feminine energy of creation, the creativity, the thought, the conception, right? What brings us pleasure, all of our sensations, sensualities, okay? And now bringing that into fruition, when the feminine energy of idea meets the masculine energy of fruition, that is the balance of the feminine and masculine, and that's why it's important to know that we need them both within us. So Izzy Ivy says, I'll hold this up because that's kind of cute. The solar plexus is the radiant center of our being. It holds the vibrant spark that brings our passions to life. Enter this space to step away from playing small, unworthiness, the idea that you're taking up space, and insecurity-based competitiveness. Allow yourself to be attuned to the abundant life force that resides within this center, and be energized, motivated, fueled with inspiration, enthused and clear-minded, so you can bring forth more of yourself and what you wish to birth into this world. As you discover a deep and real sense of self-empowerment, I just felt a quiver right where our solar plexus is, right above your belly button, right below your sternum, that diaphragm, stomach, belly, your gut. As you discover a deep and real sense of self-empowerment, you can more confidently lift others in celebration, harmonizing differences and shifting hierarchical paradigms into collective co-creation. It's beautiful. To restore the solar plexus chakra, remember that you are a powerful being who can connect with potent life force energy as and when you need. Be aware of what fuels your fire and consider circumstances where you had your power away. Imagine all the fragments of your energy that you have given away at some point and bring them all back to the center of your being. While I was in my meditative bath this morning, my healing meditative bath, I was feeling that energy of restoring, of reclaiming, reconnecting, and I'm hearing even, what did I also do? Rebuke and transmute. But it was this reclamation of all of the disempowering beliefs and thoughts and agreements that have disconnected me from my truth, from my true, authentic self, from my belief and trusting in my intuition. And when you have gone through adverse experiences, you are going to have a different kind of mental approach to trusting in the guidance of your intuition. If it has been broken, or if you have had even mental limiting and intrusive, violating, and abusive beliefs about yourself, if people have made you believe that you cannot trust yourself, that what you want is not what you want, that what you need is not what you need, that what you believe is not what you believe, that what you desire is not what you desire, you have a hard time. It's going to be a hard time. It's going to be harder, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, to really connect back to that gut instinct. The instinctual gut reaction is what I'm hearing. Because when we are in that fight, flight, or freeze, or appease, that instinctual gut feeling goes out the window at the moment we feel we are in danger. But as we are moving out of those dangerous thoughts that tell our body that we're still in danger, we are to remind ourselves that we are safe and that we can trust ourself. So, the themes for the solar plexus is your power and where you're putting your energy. The position is right, and that they say it's the navel, but I see it as above the navel. And it's a golden yellow. So let's see what Betty Wood says about the color yellow and the healing power of color, how to use color to improve your mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. Okay, she has a lot to say about yellow. Where are my glasses? Nowhere near. Okay, I'm just going to have to bear with it. Yellow is another of the primaries and fairly popular. It is the color of happiness, wisdom, and imagination. A strong liking for yellow reveals the mentally adventurous, searching for novelty and self-fulfillment. Among their ranks are high-minded and philosophic, especially drawn to cults and pantheistic, I don't know that word, and occult organizations. It also usually goes with a sunny and shrewd personality, with a good business head and a strong sense of humor. It is the color of intellectuality and all things to do with the mind. Yellow people are usually clear and precise thinkers who have a good opinion of their own mental capabilities and who have lofty ideals. So I think what she means by yellow people, the color of your aura, is how she regards it. If your aura exudes yellow or orange or red or any other colors that we're going to go into of our rainbow, of our chakra rainbow. They do at times tend to shun responsibility, preferring freedom of thought and action. They also like admiration, but angle for it more subtly than red or orange. Being another warm color like red, yellow has some similar attributes, but on a mental level, whereas red tends to be on the physical. Oh, I'm sorry, I said that a little bit backwards. Being another warm color like red, yellow has some similar attributes, but on a mental level, whereas red tends to be on the physical. That makes more sense. But both share qualities such as impatience, a mentally outgoing attitude, though not so much physically for yellow. In fact, they may be rather shy. They usually have strong convictions and can be rather stubborn and opinionated. Yellow does have a strong negative side, and when overdone can be unpleasant. But for something or someone that needs brightening up, a dark room or a boring item of clothing, yellow in all its various applications bring in a touch of sunshine and good cheer. And that is so funny because I was drawn to filling up my veggie broth, my warm veggie broth, with this beautiful cute cup that says a cup of sunshine for you. That was given to me from an old friend from an old work. She was wonderful. Her aura was definitely yellow. I'll say that. And I like that. So I like that I was drawn to this cup today. Thank you, yellow. Not liking yellow may well point to a fear of introspection, of dipping too deeply into one's own mental depths. Interesting. Or of being caught up in ideas that may cause one to feel trapped or forever allied to some uncomfortable thoughts. So many people are afraid of being alone with their own thoughts, or breaking away from the conventional, or being caught up in the swirling waters of the mind. A touch of yellow would do them some good and throw a bright beam of light into the hitherto. You can tell this was written in 1984. A touch of yellow would do them some good and throw a bright beam of light onto hitherto unexplored regions of themselves. Its complementary color is violet. That's a fun fact. It's a fun fact. Good stuff about the color yellow. That solar plexus, and it makes a lot of sense because you have to be comfortable and confident in yourself in order to be able to speak up on what you want to say yes to, what you want to say no to, what you want to agree to, what you want to, and explore and reflect. And if you're not willing to, it makes sense with yellow being that color of shining light on maybe some uncomfortable things, is when you think about the sun. When you turn on a light, you turn on the light, and if you got critters crawling in your house, they gonna scurry everywhere. And you ain't gonna wanna look at it. But if you are brave enough to look at those scurrying critters, scattering critters, within your mental or heart or spirit or gut, your health, your body, your goals, your ambition, your work ethic, this can also really help bring you out of the low shadow vibrations of the solar plexus, which is shame. And when I talk about shame and guilt with the solar plexus and the sacral, I remember learning from Brene Brown about the differences of shame and guilt. And she says that shame, so let's start with guilt actually. She says, so the differentiation, guilt is I've done something bad and I feel bad. Therefore, I feel bad. Guilt is about feeling bad. Shame, on the other hand, is I've done something wrong and therefore I am bad. Shame internalizes guilt. Shame internalizes our mistakes and our imperfections. And this can be and come from, if you have been shamed by making a mistake, shame on you. You should be ashamed of yourself. How many times have you heard that growing up? How many times have you felt like you made a mistake, and maybe as a child or as an adult child or however, and you feel awful, and you feel this internal swirling of I'm hearing hate and anger for ourselves, criticism. I'm hearing that inner critic is a very loud opposing force. And I'm hearing children outside screaming. And it sounds like someone's angry, but children scream when they're having fun, and you can't tell if they're having fun sometimes or if they're actually dying or needing help. And sometimes maybe, and I'm seeing the Page of Crystals right now at the bottom of the deck with the Four of Crystals in reverse. We have been taught as children, someone listening here, maybe you have been taught as a child, and I think as a societal whole is what I'm hearing too, in a lot of many cultures. What do we hear? Children are to be what? Seen and not heard. And we even hear that with women. Women are to be seen and not heard. And so we are taught as Page of Crystals, as children, that the crystal, the pentacle, the Page of Crystals is that child who discovers something for the first time, a pentacle. And a pentacle is something of earthly matter. It's a golden wheel in the tarot. And this one with the Star Child Akashic, she's not holding a pentacle, but it's of crystal, right? The gem is basically what that entails. A child holding a nugget of wisdom or opportunity for something that could turn into and be planted and grow into something marvelous. But let's say our Four of Crystals reverse, what we valued, what we got excited about, what we wanted to follow that curiosity around in was undervalued, perhaps by the society around us. Ooh, you want to be a dancer, singer, artist, you ain't going to make no money, right? Or it's going to be really hard, or you're going to have to do some things. Maybe you were told that by your parents. It's going to be really hard, or you're not going to succeed. There's only a less than 0.2% chance of that success. Who do you think you are, thinking that you can be in that 0.2%? Or you're going to be eaten alive by the politicians. You're going to be eaten alive by the Illuminati. You're going to be eaten alive by the wicked Babylon. So you tell yourself, I'm not good enough to make it. I'm not brave enough to conquer those enemies or monsters. You see that little floaty thing? That was an angel. A little fairy. That's what I'm going to call it. Because what I'm seeing with that little fairy flurry is a symbol, a message to say that page, that little spark, that little intuitive, that little crystal gem never left your solar plexus. No matter how many people told you, don't value that. Don't value your own intuition. Don't value your own radiance. Especially if people were jealous of your radiance, envious of your radiance, scared of your radiance. Because they didn't know how to understand it. They didn't speak that same language. And the dream wasn't put in their head for them, so they couldn't see it. So they didn't value it the way that God, Source, Divine, Jah, Allah, however you want to call it, planted in you to create it. So a lot of times our solar plexus gets shunned with shame for taking steps that maybe were paths that people have never been on before. Therefore, they shun or shame you for doing it because they think you're cuckoo bananas, and mostly you might be because you're walking a path. You have an idea that's placed in your gut and your solar plexus for you to achieve. And you are on that leading edge. And that is something, a path that people can't see for them because it wasn't placed in their gut for them to follow. It was placed in yours. So, beloved, there was a dream. 8 of Wands is under this. There was a dream that Spirit is saying for you to take action on with this Ace of Wands. To go explore, to go outside, to go scream, to go have fun. And if people can't tell if you're screaming in need or hurt or excitement, or if you can't tell if your body is excited or threatened by, and survival, like I go back to what my sister keeps telling me to, my big sister, and even my therapist, and all of the psychological, mental health, and self-help books that I have been studying for well over a decade. All saying, all point to, all remind us that our body does not know. Our brain cannot depict the difference between anxiety and excitement. Which means if you are coming from a wounded solar plexus, you don't know if you are safe to explore this curiosity or if it's a danger zone, setting yourself up for, failure or death or whatever. Legitimately, our brain might think this is setting you up for death. But look, the star in the Emperor underneath this with transformation. Wow. Spirit is saying, go forth. Because I've cleared the path for you. You hear that? I've cleared the path for you, Emperor, Aries energy. Divine masculine energy, going back to that solar plexus of bringing it into fruition, masculine energy within us all, regardless of gender. You're the star, Aquarius, Sagittarius energy. You have a dream, a wish that was planted inside of you since you were a child, a wee lad. And now it is time for you to reclaim that dream back and build your empire. Y'all hear? To build your legacy, to lead. Emperor is the leader, the father. Okay, he is the emperor of the empire. And also I'm hearing Emperor, empower. Come on, somebody. It's not Sunday, but we're going to church. Because we are going through this transformation right now. Mega transformation is what I'm hearing. A mega transformation to get out of your head with the 9 of Swords. Get out of that mental blockage, anxiety-ridden spiral. Thank you, Spirit. We trying. That's why we're here. That's why we're here on this solar plexus healing day. That's why we are here for this 7-day chakra balancing series for the second time. Because Spirit keeps telling me that it is time to take action on the dreams and the empire that was planted inside of you and only you. You are the emperor. You are the divine masculine. You are the star seed. You and only you. Okay? So let this transformation of your solar plexus cleanse and clear with healthy, maturing, and balance. Sprinkle that citrine yellow crystal dust of optimism, clearing negative energy. Get your Palo Santo and your sage or your incense to clear that negative energy at your door, at your bed. Get some Epsom salt, some pink Himalayan salt, put it in your water, your bath, pour it in a cup in your shower, pour it over your head. Cleanse your energy. Protect your precious crystal gem, because you are going through a transformation, clearing out that shame for who you are, clearing out that shame around your mistakes, your humanness. And I'm hearing, because shame comes from feeling like we are wrong for doing wrong, I'm also hearing Abraham Hicks say, you can't get it wrong, because you can't get it done. You'll never get it done. Why? Because we are constantly unfolding and expanding with the universe in this beautiful, I'm hearing this beautiful, there's so many words that are coming through, vortex worlds, trying to feel the right one that wants to fit. None of them are fitting quite. And maybe that's what you have felt, that you have not quite fit, that who you are, that radiance, that light within you never quite fit anywhere in this world. And that makes you feel ashamed. That makes you feel wrong. That makes you feel bad about yourself. And I want to tell you, beloved, because I have felt that way too my whole life as well. That's why they be calling them misfits and all the things, right? Rebels, indigo children, whatever you want to call it though. It's understood when you feel that way. Black sheep. I'm hearing Jesus loves you, black sheep. That's a new song I've been hearing on the radio. And I hear, and I'm also seeing down here that wants to peek their eyes out before I let you go. I'm going to show you the solar plexus empowering exercise. Okay, it's gonna take some leg muscles. So when you're ready, you can join me. I'm grateful to have my leg muscles activated and back again with its strength, given the fact that I have been recovering from extreme ascension symptoms, energetic, spiritual warfare attacks, whatever you want to call it, as well as extreme transformation, where my legs spasmed and my whole body spasmed and I couldn't move. And this was spirit saying, be still. You are being transformed. And everything that is no longer fitting in your authentic, true self, the dream, your highest timeline, what you have manifested into this human vessel to experience. I have to burn all of it away. That's what I heard Spirit during this moment of whole body, full body spasms. It was the worst feeling in the world. I don't wish it upon my worst enemy. But that was a moment where I had to be still. I had to learn to literally let go of my control over my ego, my pride, the grip on my life is what I'm hearing, the quotes of no survivors. I had to burn it all in the fire. I had to let it all burn inside of me from the inside out. I had to let Spirit clear it all so that I could move into the magician, the master manifester of my dreams, of my intended purpose and mission. Knight of Cups, the Magician, the Universe, all want to peek through here at the bottom of the deck, saying, you are the Master Manifester, and this is also manifesting of love, conscious love that is coming in, shifting and changing your entire universe, recalibrating out of fear and into love. Real, divine, pure, conscious love. It's a beautiful thing. So let your body transform. Let your internal and your physical and non-physical body transform. And to help ground that in, anchor that into your solar plexus, it's actually the warrior position. I'm not a yoga certified yogi, but I do appreciate the yoga practice. And also mindful movement. So what we're going to do is we are going to go into warrior position, if you know what that is. Basically, it is just this here, okay? So let me do it this way so you can see me better. So you got your foot, right, in front of you, your leg in front of you, back leg straight, front leg forward, knee over the ankle, okay? That is warrior. But we're going to be in warrior, I believe this is 2, okay? Warrior 2, lunge forward. Why is this the solar plexus exercise? I believe it's because this is our grounded stance of ready to, I'm hearing conquer and fight, to stand up, to hold this grounding. Now I got this exercise from the Book of Healing Chakra, Book of Chakra Healing, so that backwards. So here you can see, I'll show you, I'm not making it up. Okay, I'm going to read this real fast while we are in our lunge warrior position. It is free-flowing. In this free-flowing visualization walk, your body follows your solar plexus. Okay, so let's see this one. Acknowledge any inhibited thoughts that enter your head, but let them pass by. Allow yourself to become abandoned to the power within you. Shutting off the inner voice of shouldn'ts and can'ts. Okay? So, I love this. Have that arm out. What I also like to do when I'm in this move, go into star position. Well, I don't know what this is. I'm not even going to call them names because, like I said, I'm not a yogi. But you can do whatever you want in this position. But this here is grounding. This here is allowing you to stand firm, tighten your core, and not let, I'm hearing, external thoughts or internal disempowering beliefs or any more false agreements move you, pull you, push you, shake you anymore. Okay? You are stronger than you know, beloved. There's that flurry again. Little angel flurry, fairies, letting us know you are protected and safe. You are so much more brilliant and beautiful than you could ever imagine or fathom. You are perfectly imperfect, okay? That is exactly okay. You are not meant to be perfect. You were never meant to be flawless. You're human. You are having a human experience, so you get to experience all of the humanness, all of its emotions, all of its colors, all of its good, bads, and uglies. It's not about never having that ever in your life ever again. That's not what chakra healing and balancing is about. It means being able to stand firm. It's learning to be able to stand firm and grounded and be unwavering, unmovable in the midst of storms. and chaos and other people's baggage. And also being able to hold space with all of that too, because other people have their own things. And as beloveds, as connected beings, it's important for us to know how to hold space for our own self as well as for another in loving compassion. To not shame others for their body, for their thoughts, their beliefs, for their food choices, for their mistakes even. Easier said than done when we have been taught to scold when someone has hurt us or done something we don't want them to do. So we then feel like it is only deserving to be scolded and hurt or abused if we make a mistake. But no, beloved, that's not right. And that's not what we're doing anymore. That's not what we're doing in this new universe, this new earth, trying to show up the Wheel of Fortune right there. Okay? You're about to walk. You're walking. It's time to walk, to be, to shine. Bright like a diamond. Okay? I love you. I'll see you next time. Until tomorrow, peace and love. Namaste.